Hi there. I'm Samantha Irby. I'm the creator. I'm one of the writers of this show. And just like that, yes, all those dick and fart jokes, all those menstruation jokes, all those shit jokes, all those piss jokes, all those vomit jokes, I draw from my own personal experience. I'm the one who writes this show. All the gay stuff, yeah, that's what the show's about now. And it's because of me. Me. Yes, I'm responsible for this shit. And you're gonna like it. You're gonna love it. Woo! Yeah. Did you get enough? Hey, welcome to Diego Knows. I'm Diego. And yes, we were going to conclude this episode review. Thank fucking God. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. I've been watching some other reviews on these episodes. And God, thank God I'm not the only one that feels this way. All right. Thank God I'm not the only one that feels this way. From what I can tell, most of y'all out there fucking hate this show. Okay, so which is really sad. I mean, it is. It is because I liked Sex and the City. I thought Sex and the City was a great show. I still think it's a great show. It wasn't accurate, but it was entertaining. That's the important thing. It was entertaining. It didn't gross me out like this show does. Okay, it wasn't stupid like this show does. I mean, they did some stupid things, but what made Sex and the City so good, you had these 4 different women with 4 different personalities, and each one of them would handle their problems in different ways. So the banter, the way they played off of each other was just gold. I mean, you had the different personalities, doing different things. And that's what was exciting about the show. You got to root for them. You got to see them make fools of themselves, but you got to see them redeem themselves too. So they weren't all in your face. Like this show is. This show is just it's just a blowhorn. A blowhorn for fucking LGBTQ. Like what the fuck is that? What Sex and the City was about? If this was the L word or something, I would see that. Or Queer as Folk. If it was one of those shows, I would see that. Yeah, it should be. I'd be surprised if that wasn't in there. But this is fucking Sex and the City. This is heterosexual relationships. Why the fuck are we spending so much time at fucking gay rallies and LGBTQ fucking events? Like, this is fucking stupid. Like, what the fuck? All right, so here we go. All right, so let's continue here. Lord, help me get through this. Okay, here we go. So where I left off last time is they had that wonderful argument. Well, it wasn't really an argument. It was basically Shay laying down the law. Like, hey, you're not my girlfriend, Miranda. I'm not a guy. Remember that? I'm not a guy. She said it. I'm not a guy. So no more of this bullshit about using the wrong pronouns. Okay, she said it. I'm not a guy. And you're fucking right. You're not a fucking guy. You couldn't hack it as a guy. I'll tell you that right now. You ugly fuck. All right, but so Miranda is still screaming about like this Meg. She's on this Meg Ryan. Like she thinks she's Meg Ryan, or she's not acting like Meg Ryan, or Meg Ryan would never do that. Okay, you realize that Meg Ryan's a fucking actress, right? You realize that when she's on camera, that's not really her. She's not playing herself. She's playing a character. Okay? You don't know what the fuck. You know what Meg Ryan would do? Okay, Meg Ryan would fucking cheat on Dennis Quaid with fucking with Russell Crowe. That's what Meg Ryan would do. Okay? She would cheat on her guy with another guy. Okay? Now with some fucking disgusting, beer-bellied, fucking New Kids on the Block wannabe. Ugh! All right. All right. Moving along. Okay, so that happens. She leaves. She takes the cookies with her. Get it? She keeps her cookies. Get it? Get it? I got it. Yeah. And leaves Shay there with no cookies. Ooh. Oh yeah, and Shay tells her you're the only girl yeah, fuck you. I don't give if you fucked one girl, Shay, you fucked too many. Okay? I'm tired of this show trying to make Shay into a thing, okay? You remember that show Baywatch? Okay? Well, I used to watch a couple of episodes, but I mean the first couple of seasons was pretty good, but it wasn't until Pamela Anderson showed up that the show really started getting crazy. Like crazy ratings, okay? It's because Pamela Anderson, they built her up and she had the goods, okay? So here was a sex symbol that everybody could get behind, guy and girl could get behind her, all right? And that boosted the popularity of the show. Not so much in America. In America, they thought it was stupid, but in Europe, holy shit, in Germany,
Fucking Pamela Anderson was on every fucking 13-year-old boy's room. Every fucking 13-year-old boy, okay, with Pamela Anderson, okay? So they were a big hit over there. Not so much here, but over there, they were a huge hit. Baywatch was a huge hit, all right? So they built up Pamela Anderson to be this sex symbol, okay? And it worked because she's actually hot, okay? I mean, I know she's fucking psycho as hell and she's fucking smoked more meat than Hickory Farms, but back then at least she looked good, okay? So, but now they're trying to make Shay into Pamela Anderson, okay? And she's not fucking Pamela Anderson. I'm tired of these fucking shows doing this. You know, they give you a person and they try to make you think that this person is something special when they're not. There's nothing special about Shay. Nothing special about her at all. And now she's got all these morals. It doesn't excuse what she did. You know, she talks about how I'm not a homewrecker, but she broke up a marriage. You know, I mean, like, what the fuck? She talks about how, like, you know, I don't do this and I don't do that, you know? Like she's some moralistic person. What the fuck else does she say? She says something like, I'm not a liar or something like that, you know? But what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing then, you know? You're with a married woman. You didn't even fucking ask her if she was in an open relationship. You just assume that? Like, no, you're a piece of shit too, Shay. You're a piece of shit too. My God. I mean, to Cynthia Nixon. Have you seen Cynthia Nixon's spouse? Okay, I looked it up the other day, okay? You know what? She married Michael Rappaport with a fucking wig on, okay? So I'm pretty sure Shay is levels above that, okay? think you ever seen Megamind? Okay, remember Megamind? Well, Will Ferrell played the alien with the big blue head. Okay, well, there was the bad guy in that movie. It wasn't Megamind. It was a guy named Titan. Okay, she fucking Cynthia Nixon married Titan. Okay, Google it real quick. Go ahead, do it right now. Look at who's the bad guy in Megamind. That's what Cynthia Nixon wakes up to every day. Okay. No wonder she got Shay. In her mind, this is much prettier. Okay. All right, enough of that. Okay, enough of that. All right. Let's get through this. Fucking Michael Rappaport with a fucking Ronald McDonald wig. Fucking Harpo Marx. Okay, all right. Enough. All right. I'm done now. Okay, so anyway, we're talking about And Just Like That, right? Okay, so here we go. Okay, so Carrie. Okay, so Carrie, everybody decides to show up at this event. Okay, it's this. They're gonna paint the women's shelter. Remember that? You know, volunteers for the women's shelter, and Carrie can't be the white girl that just writes a check. You know, so this is the scene where all the ancillary characters are going to come together and meet each other for the first time. Some of them for the first time. Okay, so everyone's gravitating towards this, you know, women's shelter house painting party that they're having. Okay, so they all get there. Carrie's there with Seema, but Seema's wearing a dress. She ain't going to paint. You know, she's not going to get dirty. No, she drove Carrie there, but she's not actually going to participate. You know, she's going to stand there in her dress and smoke cigarettes, and she's going to write a check. Okay, so Seema's like, you know, just write a check, and she's like, no, I can't. I told Miranda I'd help her out. So you think Carrie's dressed for it, but we find out later on she's wearing fucking Manolo Blahnik fucking stilettos to paint a fucking building. Yeah, go figure, right? All right, so Seema's there. Steve is there. Steve is there with Brady, and of course Miranda's there. Carrie's kind of weird, like, what's Steve doing here? You know, didn't you just fucking divorce him? You know? And she's like, oh yeah, you know, we're still a family. You know, this is a family event, so we're gonna do this. Like she doesn't even acknowledge her son or Steve. You know, like they go in there, oh, look at you, Carrie. You all geared up and ready to go. Okay. You know, and then you know, Brady's there too, their son. And have you done the math on this? Okay, Brady's supposed to be 17, but yet he was born in 2000 he was born in 2001. So how the fuck is he 17? Right? Okay, I might be 2002 that he was born, but still, how the fuck is he 17? Oh my god! And the hits keep coming. Whoa! Like it's like the writers didn't even watch the old show. Okay. Anyway, so they're there. Carrie gives Brady a big hug. You big lug. And so that's going on here. Seymour won't paint. I already said that. So Steve, look at him. Oh yeah, I told you, Steve's. Oh, look at her. Look at Carrie. She means business. Oh, you're gonna be my partner. We're gonna go paint. And I'm gonna try to pump her for some information on why my fucking ugly ass wife left me for an even uglier fucking bitch. No, he's not gonna say that. I wish he said that. But he ain't gonna say that. All right, so Nia's there. Nia and Carrie finally meet each other. Oh my God, we're only on episode 9, and 2 of the main characters finally meet each other. Holy shit! So Nia's there, and she's with her husband Andre. That is his name. Okay, so they meet each other. Charlotte's there in her white outfit, and of course her daughter, Rose. Rose is there, dressed like Chucky from Child's Play, with a Paul Bunyan shirt on over it, just like Shay. Hey, Paul Bunyan's better looking than you, fucking Shay. Okay, so Charlotte's there. She shows up with in the what do you call it? She shows up with the kids, and then Lisa shows up. Lisa, Charlotte's black friend, the rich black friend. She shows up in a fucking limo. Yeah, well, all the kids are in there. Sorry, Charlotte was in there too. All the kids were in there. Her husband, Herbert, remember him? The ones that they're arguing, we're that couple now, Yeah, they all show up there, and they all come out of this huge fucking limousine. I tell you something, for a women's shelter, there's fucking millionaires working in there that are volunteering in there. Millionaires. That's a lot of fucking money, okay? They must have like fucking room service at this shelter, okay? Because they've got a shitload of money, okay? A shitload of money being pumped into this women's shelter, okay? That's a lot of fucking rich people are involved in this thing. Okay. So Nia's there with her husband, Andre. And they're all there painting and stuff. And Andre notices Herbert, who is Lisa. That's Charlotte's black couple friend. They're friends, the ones they play tennis with. Remember that piece of shit episode? Okay. Well, so he's there. Herbert's there. That's the guy, the husband, the father. He's helping his children, Lisa's children, paint. And Andre looking over there, and he's just like, like he just wants a fucking kid so bad. He can tell it on his face, And he says something to his wife, Nia, like, hey, look at that. That could be us. Now, look, man. Once you're at a certain age, for a woman, you know this already. I don't have to say this, okay? It's harder to have children when you're fucking 40 plus, okay? I forgot how old Nia is, but I know she's older than 40, okay? So the chances of her having a fucking kid are almost slim. They're wasting a lot of money on this intra vitro fucking, these fucking hormones they're taking to try to get pregnant, It's not going to work. If it hasn't worked by now, it's not going to work. Okay, if you wanted to have kids, that should have been like 10 years ago. Okay, even in your late 30s, it's difficult to have kids, okay? So, like, the whole idea that Andre has, like, you know what, if we just tried harder, we could have kids. No, Andre, your wife is way past her prime for having kids, okay? She should have done that when she was younger, when she was in her 20s, okay? But she didn't because she wanted to be a professor. She didn't want to be a mom. In fact, I don't even think Nia really wants to be a mom at all. I think she just wanted to do this to make her husband happy. I think her husband, Andre, is the one who wants to be the parent. Not her. Now, earlier in another episode I reviewed, I think I remember I mentioned that, like, it's Nia's friends, Fertile Myrtle and them, they're always putting pressure on her to have kids. I don't think it's really them. I think it's her husband. I think it's Andre that's been putting the pressure on her to have kids. And she don't want to have kids. So instead of just telling her husband, I don't want to have kids, she would rather go through all this drama, all this fucking, okay, let's try it, even though I know it's not going to work, I really don't think Nia wants to be a mom at all. At all. I think she's more concerned with being a fucking college professor. You're going to notice that a lot of these professional women, they put their careers first. They don't put motherhood first. They're either rich as shit, and they just hire somebody to take care of their kids, or they don't have kids at all. They just fucking pursue their careers. You'll notice that. A lot of like CEOs and companies, women that have made it up there, they adopt their kids, Or they'll have the kid and they'll have the nanny will be raising them, So it's like, Nia's not the kind. If she wanted to have kids, she would have done it by now. Okay, she's trying at the end of her, at the end of her, her ability to have children. At the end of that is when she decides she wants to try to have kids. That's too late. You're wasting money. You're wasting lots of money on these fertilization fucking drugs. It's not going to work. It's too late. But tell that to Andre, because Andre wants to have kids. Like, that's a deal breaker for him. Now Nia's over here trying to talk to him like, hey, remember, when we were happy when it was just you and me? I had my work and you had your music. He's like, well, that's not enough for me now. And I'm tired of pretending that it is. Okay, I get it now. It's Andre. Andre wants to have the fucking kids. Andre's the one who always wanted to have the kids. Nia doesn't want to have the fucking kids. She's not nearly as invested in this as her husband is, okay? And what the fucked up part about it is that they're making the husband be more upset about not having the kids than the woman who should be having the kids. Okay, she doesn't want to have fucking kids. She just wants, she just doesn't want to hurt her husband, I guess. But she doesn't want to have kids. And she can't tell her husband that. Because then he might leave her. Well, fucking let him leave. He's a fucking musician. He's gone all the fucking time anyway. Let him fucking go. You don't want to have kids? Don't have fucking kids. Your husband can't make you have kids if you don't want to have fucking kids. It's not like you didn't try. You did. It didn't work. It's probably not going to work. Every day that goes by, the chances of you getting pregnant are harder and harder and harder. Okay? Give it up. Save the money. Save the fucking money. If that's a deal breaker that he's got to have kids, then fucking he needs to be with a woman that's going to give him kids, a woman who's younger. Okay? Because Nia, you're past your prime. You're a beautiful woman. You are. Okay? But you're not motherly age anymore. Okay? A woman your age should have already had their kids. Sorry, but it's the truth. You're just wasting money. Wasting money. But of course, everyone's fucking rich on this show, so the fuck? What does that matter? Right? Okay, so that's the deal with that. Okay, I'm going to text you. Miranda talks to her about fucking being programmed. We're all being programmed. Like, I'm being programmed to be a girlfriend, a jealous girlfriend, You're not a fucking girlfriend, Miranda. She's still, like, even after that fucking big fucking monologue that fucking Shay gave her, she's still fucking checking her phone to make sure that Shay texts her. Do you realize that this is not fucking normal, attractive behavior? This isn't normal couples behavior, relationship behavior. It's not. To be so fucking concerned that you always have to check to make sure your partner, that's not a normal fucking relationship, okay? If these writers were smart enough to have Miranda throw away her fucking marriage for another person, it should at least be a healthy relationship that she's going into, not a fucked up one. God. Yeah, right. Yeah, well, I already showed you the face of the person writing this shit, okay? All right, so there's that. Seema's outside smoking a cigarette, and this Porsche pulls up, and this guy, because this European guy comes out and what is all this going on in the front of my club? This is my club. Everyone's blocking my club entrance. Well, your club's fucking closed right now, okay? I don't think people are going to be painting in the middle of the night, okay, at 11 p.m. at night when your club's open, all right? So he comes out of there. It turns out he's the owner of the nightclub. I think it's the nightclub they tried to get into the other night, the one that they tried to bribe the door guy. Was not near. He was offended. Yeah, he was offended, but he wasn't offended because you tried to bribe. He was offended because there was fucking wasn't enough in there, okay? I would have done the same thing. But anyway, when I worked the front door at a club. Okay, but anyway, so this guy shows up. He's the owner of the club that they're trying to get into. He starts flirting with Seema because you look like you're the boss because you're just sitting there in your dress, smoking cigarettes. Everyone else is working. You look like you're the boss. I'm a boss myself. This is my club here, the hottest club in Brooklyn. Like that's the shit you tell somebody when you first meet them, okay? Anyways, he starts flirting with her. So here's the love interest, okay, for Seema. I just mentioned in the last video that I was feeling sorry for Seema. Well, now we got a guy for her, okay? And now I'm about to break your heart again, Seema, because I'm going to hit you with some fucking reality here, okay? I like you, Seema. I think you're a great girl. I really do. 54 and you're single. I get it. I feel bad. There is somebody out there for you. There's a fireplace out there for you, okay? But this guy is not it, okay? And this is why, because I've worked in nightclubs, okay? I've met many nightclub owners, okay? A guy like this, I'm sorry, Seema, but first of all, he's younger than you. He looks like he's younger than you, okay? He looks like he's in his mid-40s. He doesn't really look to me like he's in his 50s, okay? So you're older than him. He owns the hottest nightclub in Brooklyn, okay? The hottest nightclub in Brooklyn. Okay, I know guys. Okay, I used to work at Excalibur in Chicago, which is like the biggest nightclub in Chicago. Okay, this isn't the one I mentioned last time. This is a different one. All right, it's shut down now. It's gone now. But back then, in the late '90s, early 2000s, Yeah, that was the club that you tried to get into. Okay, it's like 5 clubs in one. It's like this big old castle. I mean, this building was built in the 1800s, and it's in the Gold Coast of Chicago. Okay, right next to the Hard Rock Cafe, and the 50s McDonald's, and the Redhead Piano Bar, and that whole area right there in Ontario. Okay, um, that club, I knew the owner. His name was Mark Hoffman. Okay, this guy was like in his late 30s. Okay, and he owned this fucking multi-million-dollar club that everybody wanted to get into. Okay, I mean, we had a shitload of food, employees, waitresses, dancers, DJs. Like I said, there was like 5 or 6 different nightclubs all inside one, including a pool bar and a restaurant. Okay, all in the same building. I mean, it was insane. Okay, and it was haunted too, man. They did an episode of fucking Unsolved Mysteries in there, or Sightings or some shit like that. Yeah, and I saw the fucking ghost too. It's fucking haunted, all right? But anyway, that's not here or there, okay? But that's where I met Halle Berry. I bodyguarded her in there for a while. The night she came in with her husband. Okay, I met a lot of celebrities in there. Fucking Sandra Bullock came in there once. Anyway, the point is that I know guys that own clubs like that own the hottest clubs in town. Okay, and I'm sorry, Seema, those guys do not date 54-year-old women. They don't. They date 22-year-old women, 19-year-old women, and they date more than one at the same time. In the same room, okay? That's the kind of girls that the guys like that date. They don't date 54-year-old women. You're beautiful, Seema. For a 54-year-old, you're beautiful, okay? But a guy like that realistically would not date you, okay? I'm sorry, he wouldn't. Not when he's got so many other options, okay? He wouldn't. The guy that owns the bakery would date you, okay? The guy that owns the hottest nightclub in Brooklyn will not date you. Okay, I'm sorry, it's shallow. Absolutely, it's shallow. Okay, but that's the thing. You know, you've got that percentage. You got this many guys. Only this small percentage is super attractive to females. Super attractive, where they don't have to do any work. The women just come to them. He is one of those guys, just like Big is one of those guys. You know, high sexual market value. This guy has it. He owns the hottest nightclub in Brooklyn. Hell yeah, women are gonna throw themselves at him. Women are going to blow him just so they can get in. I mean, come on. They're not going to date you, Seema. I'm sorry. I know probably in the next episode she's going to be dating him, because at the end of this episode we find out that he lets her in the club. He lets her and Carrie in the club. Cut to the head of the line and let him right in because she knows the owner. So if they're going to go a romantic way with this, I'm sorry. I got to raise the bullshit flag. Okay, just like I would on an episode of Sex and the City. A guy like that's not going to date her, Seema. Sorry, Seema. All right. Now let's get to the good stuff, okay? Carrie's got her ring on. Big's ring on now. She's got a Band-Aid around her finger to keep it from falling off, but it falls off, okay? It falls into the sink. It falls in the sink because Carrie was talking to Steve, and she stepped backwards, and her Manolo Blahnik stilettos stepped right into a big thing of paint. Okay, so she's in the sink trying to get it off. Her ring fell in the sink. Okay, well, luckily Steve's there. Now, Steve's asking her some questions. He picked her to be his paint partner for a reason, okay? Steve wants to know, well, I just want to know, did you introduce Shay to her, to Miranda? Were you the one that did that? Because I'm just trying to get some info, will you help me out here a little bit? I mean, how long have you known she wanted to be with a woman? And of course, here comes the LGBTQ message. Steve, it's not about her being with a woman. It's about her wanting to be with Shay. The fact that you even mentioned that means you're homophobic. Well, how long ago did you introduce them? Oh. Yeah, anyway. And then after she just put him in his place for being fucking, homophobic, she loses her ring in the sink, and of course he's there to help her out. He busts open the sink and gets her ring out of there, because that's the kind of person Steve is. He's a good guy. He's a real good guy. Help out a friend. He's the kind of guy that'll give you your shirt, the shirt off his back. That's the kind of guy that Miranda fucking dumped. Now, you know how fucking hard it is to find people like that in real life? I mean, I consider myself a good guy, but I'm not like that. There's very few people out there like that. And they're getting fewer and fewer as time goes on. Okay, this guy is a fucking gem. You know, most men are not like this. Not like him. You know, seeing him getting fucked over like that is just, God. Anyway, moving on. So Steve gets the ring out for her. Now we got the other subplot of Lily. That's Charlotte's Asian teenage daughter. The tampons, the string. She can't find the string in there. So we got to spend a lot more time now. It was bad enough we spent so much fucking time her trying to figure out how to put the tampon in. Now we got to spend a lot of fucking time trying to get her to figure out how to take the tampon out, because you know it's very difficult. It must be, right? They focused a whole episode on this topic, right? So it must be, you know. She can't find the string. Her mom, Charlotte's probably telling you, just get the string. This might be up the crack of your asshole. You need to check there too. You know, let's go to the Porter John. You know, and of course Lily. I don't want to, Mom. I don't know what to do. So no. Just take her to the Porter John. You know, okay, now just dig it. Check the crack of your ass. It's probably. I don't know what to do. Oh my God, there's no air in here. I can't breathe, Mom. Ah! Like, come on, Lily, quit fucking screaming. It's not an emergency. It's not like you're fucking dying. You know, just can't find the fucking string. And of course, you know, Charlotte's like, no, just find the string. I draw the line at helping you find the string. I draw the line. That's where I'm not going to be a parent. I'm not going to go in there and pull the string for you. You got to pull your own string. Come on, you can do it. But I can't do it. Whoa. Yeah. Bela Lugosi. Okay. So that's what happens. Okay, so we think we got it out there. I think she found it, whatever. She was walking away from the Porter John. Yeah, this whole scene took place in a Porter John. Or outside of a Porter John. Charlotte's walking away here, and then we see a big splash of fucking Mars. Right there on the crotch, in her crotch. Because she's wearing white, of course, because she's painting. She's wearing white. A big splash of blood. I'm talking like, you know, like someone got their fucking finger cut off, and they wiped it. They wiped the wound with the crotch of her fucking outfit. I mean, you know. Now, I'm not a woman, okay? So I don't know for sure, but I would think that if you're leaking like that bad, like you would feel it. Maybe, I don't know, ladies. Is that true? I think it probably would be. I don't know. Like I said, I don't talk from experience. You probably want to ask Shay about that. She could probably know. Yeah, I think if you're leaking that much blood. You know, I mean, I've seen the aftermath, okay? Like I said, I've seen the aftermath, okay? Trust me, man. It sucks. And you're having sex and you go, what the fuck is this? Yeah. So I've seen that, but I don't think it's ever been that bad, you know? But yeah, I mean, it looks like a fucking, like an abortion. You know, she looks like she has had a fucking abortion. That's what she looks like, but with her clothes on. Yeah, anyway, so she's walking around a big fucking red spot. Now, here's the thing. The show is trying to, I guess it's supposed to be funny. And some people say it's humiliating, but I don't see how it's humiliating because nobody saw it. Okay, Lily saw it, and she tried to warn her mom, but her mom just walked away. Because Lily didn't say, hey, Mom, you got blood all over you. She didn't say that. She said, Mom, there's something I got to tell you, Mom. No, don't walk away, Mom. She didn't say, you got blood on you, Mom. She didn't say that. You're bleeding. She didn't say, you're bleeding, Mom. She didn't say that. She just said, no, don't walk away. I got something to tell you, Mom. No, come back here. I got to let you know something. Like, come on, it's not realistic. Okay, so who else noticed it? Okay, so Lily noticed it, and then Carrie and Miranda noticed it. And they immediately run up there and put a fucking jacket around her. I guess, yeah, what they call a flash, what the fucking call it? A flash period. Yeah, who cares? Anyway, like, if other people had noticed it and started saying something and made some wisecracks about it, that would have been funny. Not funny, but at least it would have been something more entertaining than this. Nobody noticed it except for Lily, Carrie, and Miranda, and they covered it up immediately. So what's the lesson learned here? What's the story arc here? There's no story arc. There's nothing. We, the audience, just got shown a chick bleeding from her fucking crotch. That's all. That's all we got. That's what we got. That's it. This whole scene was for our benefit. All right. Almost done. Okay, so now we go back to the conversation with Carrie and Steve. Sorry. Steve's like, how long ago? And Carrie is worried about him. She's like, Steve's like, what about you? Your ring, you lost your ring in the sink and I got it for you, but like my ring, it ain't never coming off. Carrie's like, well, what about you, Steve? Don't you want to be happy? Don't you want to find somebody? Don't you want to, get through this and put this behind you and be happy again? And find someone who can make you happy again? This ring ain't never coming off. Well, don't you want to find somebody else that's going to make you happy? I ain't never getting off. I knew a girl once when I used to work at I've had a lot of jobs. Okay, I knew a girl once when I used to work at a gentleman's club. Beautiful girl, Asian girl. Gorgeous, like drop dead gorgeous. No, I never did anything with her. But she had a boyfriend and she would complain about her boyfriend all the time. He would tell her that she's ugly. Sometimes he'd hit her, and she'd be crying about this. Like she'd be back there in the dressing room crying her eyes off, She'd be talking to anybody who wanted to listen, why does he talk to me that way? Why does he say those things to me, This girl was gorgeous, dude. Fucking gorgeous. But she was always crying about her boyfriend, how her boyfriend mistreats her boyfriend does this, her boyfriend does that, And she was seriously shook up about it. Like I said, her tears were real. Like she was really, really upset that her boyfriend treated her this way. All of us told her the same thing. You got to dump this guy. This guy's no good for you. He treats you bad, Don't see him anymore, But she would never dump him. But she would still complain about him to us. After a while, we're just like, okay, I don't want to hear about him anymore, okay? I don't want to hear about him anymore. I already told you what to do. Okay? I've been listening about this guy for months now. I'm tired of listening to about it, okay? You know what you got to do. You don't want to do it. There's nothing I can help you with. Okay? This is of your own making. You did this to yourself. Okay? That's kind of how I feel about Steve right now. Like, dude, man, why the fuck are you holding on to someone who doesn't fucking love you? Okay? Miranda does not fucking love you. Why are you loving her? All you're doing is hurting yourself. You have no fucking self-respect. When the fuck did you lose your self-respect? Okay? You're not holding a torch for nothing. There's nothing to hold a torch for. Okay? This bitch does not fucking deserve you. You are more important than her. When are you gonna fucking get that through your fucking head? You think your son wants to see you like this? You think your son wants to see you fucking crying over mom while mom is fucking getting her orgasms off? With some fucking butch, Fred Flintstone, Ernest Borgnine and drag looking fucking shit? You really think that's what Brady wants for you? But it's not about what Brady wants. It's not about what Miranda or Carrie wants. It's about what you want. Don't you want to be fucking happy? Don't you want to make a life for yourself? Don't you want to be an example for your son? What's going to happen when this shit like this happens to your son? What's he going to think about? How did my dad handle it? Oh, he sat around and cried and waited for mom for the rest of his fucking life. Come on. Dude, if you don't owe it to yourself, at least owe it to your son. Jesus Christ, your son's looking up to you. You know how many guys out there don't have a fucking father figure? What kind of father figure are you for your own fucking son? What's going to happen when shit like this happens to him? He has no example of how to deal with it. All he's got is you, and this is your example. This is what you're showing him. They're just going to fucking curl up into a fucking corner and cry about your wife? The wife that fucking left you, lied to you, cheated you, broke up the fucking family for an ugly fucking bitch? No fucking self-respect. Ugh. If I didn't like Steve so much, I would fucking punch him in the face. Oh well. Ain't never coming off. Yeah, obviously. All right. Carrie puts her ring away. She decides to text back Peter. Remember him, the college professor, the one that she threw up with? Yeah. Because, look, man, if I was on a date with a girl and we threw up on each other, I would probably be way too embarrassed to see her again. Okay? If we decide to see each other again, to put that behind us and try again, and then she stands me up in person, hey, You're here, I'm here, you got ready, but I can't see you because I'm not over my dead husband yet. Okay? Strike two, right? First of all, there never would have been a strike two because I never would have seen that girl again. But if I was stupid enough and desperate enough and that had happened, there would not be a strike three. Okay? And I sure as fuck wouldn't say something stupid like, oh, best rejection ever. No. You know a guy that actually shows up for a third attempt with the same girl after the past two attempts were crap is a guy who is desperate. A guy who cannot get another woman. So he's putting all of his eggs into this basket. That's not someone who's attractive. That's someone who's desperate. Ain't buying it. Okay. So Seema and Carrie, damn, decide to go out clubbing. And sure enough, they go to that guy's club. I don't know what his fucking name. He's some Euro trash guy. He might not be trash. I just say Euro trash guy. The guy who owns the club's in his 40s and I guess he's crazy about Seema, who's in her 50s. And I don't buy it. But anyway, they get to the headline. Good for them. They get to go out clubbing. And Carrie's gonna go date Peter. Get it, Peter, with no Peter. Yeah, and I guess that's happy ending all around. Lily figures out how to take the tampon out. She pulls the string, and that's it. Yeah. So we'll see what happens in the next episode. Thank God it's almost over. If you watched this long, thank you very much. I appreciate it here. I had no idea I would invest so much of my time into a show like this, but I signed up for it, and God damn it, I'm going to see the whole fucking thing. I will be back for the next one, and I'm still reviewing the old Sex and the City episodes, the good ones, okay? To get a straight man's point of view. A straight man's point of view, that's what I give you. A straight man, I don't lie here. I tell you the truth, okay? Even if you don't want to hear it, I'm still going to tell you the truth. Okay, thank you for watching.